Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic Em Bears. All right, Ashley Merrill, welcome into the Sic Em Podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us. Senior, fifth-year senior for Baylor soccer, transfer from Dallas Baptist, originally from Frisco. And you said, when I say fifth-year senior, it makes you feel like a grandma.
Yes, it does. I know. I'm like, been doing this too long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 5 years is so long,
no,
right?
Sorry.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But are you ready to get the degree and then move on to whatever's next?
Oh, yeah, it's exciting. It's scary, but it's exciting.
Yeah.
That future thing is a little bit scary, but soccer, I'm just trying to enjoy it for now while I can.
Good.
Yeah.
That's great. Make the most of it.
Yeah.
The time that you've got here at Baylor. You didn't start at Baylor. You started at Dallas Baptist.
Yes, sir.
With Coach Leonard. What was the recruiting process like for you out of high school?
Oh, okay. So I actually wasn't planning on playing college soccer, which is the craziest thing, but I have a best friend named Blythe Obar on the team. Recently tore ACL, but she's good. And we were sitting at my house, and she's like, "I'm going to the DBU camp." Like, she was already committed there. She's like, "I'm a little bit nervous. Like, would you come with me?" I was like, "Sure, whatever. Like, I'm going."
Right.
3 days later, I'm committed to DBU, and I'm like, "What is happening?" It's obviously that's God's work in that, but. Committed to play soccer, and my mom's like, "Is this what you want to do?" I'm like, "I'm doing it." So yeah, and I did it, and thank God I did it. But I didn't have much recruiting process there. I mean, she saw me play, met me, got to know me, vice versa. I got to know her, and I was like, "I like this. I like DBU. I liked the coaching staff. I love Michelle." And I was like, "I would love to play for her." So
that's a great story.
I did it, yeah.
So some people, they just put everything they've got into being recruited and the recruiting process and where I'm going to go. You just happen to be there, and she offered you a spot.
Right place, right time. She saw me make one good shot. She's like, "Okay, I guess I'll take her."
There you go.
She's okay.
That's great. In growing up, was soccer your number one, or did you play other sports at all?
I played everything.
I
played everything up until, I think, sophomore year of high school. And then I was like, that's when you kind of have to pick, because they start overlapping. And then coaches are like, "Do you really want to do this?" I'm like, "No, I want to play soccer." So I'm glad I picked soccer. I'm not like tall enough. I played basketball and volleyball.
Yeah.
Clearly it didn't go well. I wasn't very great, but just stuck with soccer.
Soccer was number one. I heard about your illustrious softball career also.
Okay.
You want to tell everybody about
Katie's
that?
so wrong for that.
That is Katie,
I
yes.
played, no. Okay. I had one of my close friends, I went to an all-freshman school my freshman year. Okay. They wanted everyone to play every sport because they needed to fill the roster. So my best friend at the school was playing softball. She was like, "Do it." I didn't like the outfit, but I made it work. I didn't look good in it like the Baylor girls do, but I did it for a year. I could throw far, that's all I had. And I didn't ever play, which I was really happy about. I did not want to go. So.
It's true, you wouldn't dress out, so they wouldn't put you in the game?
I was like, I don't even want to go out there. I was like, don't put me in.
That's great.
Don't make me hit.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Soccer's your sport.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
5 brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 4 brothers and 2 younger stepsisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So 6 brothers and sisters. You had your own team there, didn't you?
I know, yeah.
What was that like?
Well, I grew up with the 4 boys, and then my dad remarried to get stepsisters in 2019, 2020-ish, whatever. Right. And, but growing up, I grew up with 4 older brothers, so you can imagine I can't imagine. It was rough.
What was that like?
They think like I'll send something random, like I'll send like a stat, I scored a goal. Like my brothers think, "Oh, we did that for you. Like that was us because we like prepared you for this."
Well, of course.
They're like, "Oh yeah, we did that. Like we made you tough." Like they take all this credit. They're like, "We made you tough," because they did. They did not baby me when I was little, even like 12 with them. they did not baby me at all.
Yeah.
I was pushed around, but it helped in the end. Made me more tough.
You had to hold your own then.
Yeah, I did.
Brothers, right?
Yeah, I did.
Right.
Yeah.
What were the sports that y'all played against each other?
Everything.
Really?
Basketball went hard. That was bad. we had too many fights. Soccer, obviously. We played everything. Like, we would play football everywhere. Like, everything was a competition. I think that's what I learned most from my brothers. So everything is a competition. Yeah. Like, who can eat this the fastest? Who can run and get their phone charger the fastest? Like, right. Ashley can. Like, all that. Like, who can do everything the best, the fastest? It was always a competition.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So you do give them some
credit.
I
give them some credit. I'll give them some credit, I guess.
What about when you made the change to Baylor from DBU? Coach Leonard was coming to Baylor. What was your thought process there?
I mean, from the beginning was whenever she told us after we had just lost the Final Four, pretty bad timing, but she told us like that she's going to coach at Baylor. And that was, I mean, I just remember the feeling of like feeling just sad. I was just like, that was somebody that, Michelle is somebody that wasn't just a coach for me. It was more like a mentor and like my third mom, basically, like helping me with mental health, helping me with soccer, everything. So whenever she was leaving, I was like, wow, it's really over. I didn't ever, in that moment, I wasn't thinking, I'm going to go play at Baylor. I was just thinking, my coach is gone. And I remember just thinking I didn't want to play really unless it was for her, because like that's what kind of kept me in soccer. I was just, whenever I was struggling sophomore year with mental health and stuff like that, she's like, just play. Like, kept me there. And I was like, I don't really want to play for anybody if it's not for her. And then obviously, fast forward, I think it was March of, I don't even know what year. March of my, like, sophomore year, I guess. And I just entered the transfer portal and then got the call. And I was like, that's worked out great. But
that's great.
That was a hard decision to make, was leaving, like, DBU that was everything I knew and was so comfortable with. But I knew that I wanted to like up competition, and if I had the option to go play Division I soccer in the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, especially for Michelle. So
nice.
Yeah.
Y'all had great success. You had some good teams at DBU, didn't you? That must have been fun.
We were the best one.
We were the best one.
Yeah, we were the best one. Yeah, we had some good teams, and we were the best.
Good.
But we didn't win, so I guess we weren't the best, but we were the best.
No, you were the best.
Yeah, we were.
And so you put your name in the portal. It wasn't so much you wanted to come to Baylor, that it was, were you going to explore options?
No, I was.
So it was
when
Michelle,
I went in, I was
Michelle,
like Baylor. I would, I think I went in the portal, like, maybe I did put contact. I don't know, because I would get emails and like, swipe, like,
don't respond.
Like normally I'd be like, wow, that's blank, but I'm like, I don't want that. I would just be like, okay, that's not, I don't need that. Well, even then, the day after I entered, I'm like, I'm going to Baylor. I already know. So,
yeah. So it was Baylor, or you would have quit playing?
Honestly, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that shows the strength of your relationship with Coach Leonard. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then how was the switch? You come to a new school. I mean, you're I guess a rising junior at that point. Sometimes that could be a tough time to move to a new school.
Yeah. I think obviously, like I said, leaving somewhere where you're comfortable to go somewhere where it was fairly uncomfortable when I first came here. I think all of it comes together with new coaching staff, with a new team, and you're getting transfers, and then you're getting transfers from the school she was just at. Like, it just adds all to it, where it's a hard scenario for everybody. And there's like, I think we could have all had a little bit more grace with each other and everything, just how we handled it. But I think it was a hard transition just because of it was just, I don't know, I got so uncomfortable with it. But then I knew that Michelle does say, she's like, a comfort zone is a great place, but nothing ever grows there. So you can sit at DB and be uncomfortable, and, but I was like, I don't know. It got better spring. So I think fall was a little rough, a little rocky for everybody. But then when spring came, I was like, okay, I made the right decision. Because in fall, I was like, oh no, what did I do? But then spring came, and I'm like, okay, this is what I did. It's great.
Good.
Yeah.
Bottom line, you made a great decision.
Yeah, I made a great decision. I'm very glad I went through with it. Yes.
So growing up in Frisco, I mean, you'd heard of Baylor, but what did you think of Baylor before you got here?
I absolutely knew nothing
about
Baylor. I don't even think I wanted to go to school in Colorado.
Okay.
So I wasn't even looking at Texas schools.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't looking at any Texas schools. I wanted to go to like University of Colorado or Colorado at Boulder. So whenever I heard Baylor, I'm like, I don't even know what it looks like or like what. I knew Baylor Bears, but that's about it.
There you go.
Okay,
That's a start.
cool.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
And now you're here and you're wearing a bear on your sweatshirt
know.
and all that
Isn't that
stuff.
weird?
So
Yeah.
It's all good. You got to tell me about Fletcher.
Okay.
Tell everybody about Fletcher.
Okay, that's my dog.
Okay.
She's the team dog. Okay, we have like I said earlier, Baylor soccer's kind of like a zoo. We just have dogs in and out.
How many?
I think we have like on our team, we have, nobody can get mad at me if I don't remember their dog. I love all your dogs. We got Fletcher, Millie, Koa, Bailey. We used to have another one, I think our old strength coach was Crew. Then we also had Cruz. We had a lot of dogs, but now, Fletcher basically lives here. I don't know if it's annoying, but she's like my emotional support dog. So it's like if she's there, I don't care.
Good for
I
you.
want her here.
What kind of dog?
She's a golden doodle bernedoodle.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. We've got a golden retriever at home,
Okay.
an English cream golden retriever, so it's white hair.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's
and
cute.
a golden doodle.
Okay,
who's
golden
got
doodle.
white hair too.
So
those two are
dogs.
quite the pair.
Yeah, and
So I
energy, and they're a little over the top.
Yes, very much so.
Over the top.
So does Fletcher come to the facility quite a bit?
Like every day.
Every day?
Every other day.
Is she here now?
No, I didn't bring her because of this,
Because of the interview.
Like, I didn't want her to be, like, she could have sat right here and been
You
fine,
should have.
But
Next time we do an interview.
Yeah, next time she'll be here.
Bring her.
No, she comes every other day, probably. Just says hi to everybody. She loves it here. Because I don't want her to be at home. She needs to see people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she
Very
loves
social.
it. Yeah, very social.
I met Koa just a little bit ago. Koa's there in the building right now, so I'll have to meet Fletcher at some point.
You do.
When you leave for class or leave for practice, Fletcher okay being at home by yourself?
She gets kind of sad, but she's all right.
You leave the TV on for her or anything like that?
No, she just sits in her kennel with her ball.
We do that at home.
Yeah. She's good.
TV may not be on, but we'll turn it on when we leave for the dogs.
Yeah, since they have noise.
Okay, I want to meet Fletcher at some point.
Yeah, you need to.
Great. How has the experience at Baylor been for you outside of athletics?
Outside of athletics.
Everything outside of soccer.
Okay. Well, I think coming into Baylor, I had a lot of growth to do, obviously, with like every college student, whenever you're a sophomore, junior, you have a lot of growth to do. And I know I had 3 years. I think non-athletics, I created so many good friendships here. And I don't know, I think whenever you're so comfortable, like with DBU, I had this like group of 6 girls that was just a clique, and we were like a positive clique, but it was just such great best friends and everything. I was like, there's no way I'll ever find that like friendship again with these types of girls. And I did not discrediting my DBU girls. They know I love them, but I created such good friendships with these girls and just be myself around them. And then obviously I think growing in my faith a lot. Ironically, I wasn't really a Christian when I went to Dallas Baptist, and then I wasn't really a Christian when I went to Baylor University, and which is crazy, but I became a Christian probably within the last 2 years. So that was a really big moment outside of athletics for Baylor. But I'd just say, growing so much from a little baby Ashley who's irresponsible. I'm still a little irresponsible now sometimes, but like little irresponsible Ashley to now, like, feel like I'm like a more grown up, mature woman. So,
you've grown a lot. I can tell.
I have.
That's great. And the spiritual aspect of Baylor, it's really cool to see some people come here and they know about it, but then they come here and they really grow in their faith, and it changes their lives forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's fun. The 6 girls at DBU, do you stay in touch with them?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. They still come to some of our games. One of them just got married. We were all bridesmaids, all that. Oh, nice. So yeah, super fun. So
do we? I guess we haven't played DBU, have we? Since you've been here,
we played DBU.
Did we?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we beat them.
Okay.
Yeah, I scored on them.
You scored?
Yeah, I'm not trying to, but yes, we beat them. It was fun. It was cool. That was a really there's anxious situation for me because it was just, that's like really loaded. That was a place that I loved so much, and it was good that I wasn't playing any of my friends, my close knit friends. I had the other girls, of course, that were my friends, but I wasn't playing like my best friends. That would have been much more. I would have been like, no, take me out. But yeah.
So you played for Coach Leonard out of high school at DBU. Playing for her now. How would you describe her as a coach?
People, you guys love to ask me this question, and I never can do it justice, I guess. Wait, what was the question? How
would you describe, if somebody doesn't know Coach Leonard, how would you describe her?
Okay, if someone doesn't know her, I would describe her as passionate, intense, caring, just empathetic. Anything that goes along with intense. The woman is intense.
Yes, that's true.
But I think it's the off the field things that really do it for me with Michelle, just being really cared for. And I think, like I said, I did struggle a lot freshman and sophomore year coming into college with mental health and different things of that aspect and anxiety and stuff. And she really valued me off the field. Yeah. I think that's something with her, is that it doesn't matter how many minutes you play, how many goals you score. It doesn't matter if you're on the face of the poster. Is that she still loves and cares about you, and you're here for a reason. I mean, we only have 33 girls here. There's a reason you're picked here. And I think she makes that evident with how she interacts with all of us. It's such a great thing to see her just really care for everybody. And I think that's what really just, I don't know, she just is a a good coach too. Yeah. She makes good programs, and she turns things around. So
yeah, that's a very good description.
Yeah,
that's very good. And y'all are obviously close. I mean, you've been around each other. You call her Michelle. You're not calling her Coach. Yeah. So y'all are very close, and probably will be forever, right?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So you mentioned mental health a couple of times. Sound like you went through a tough stretch, maybe freshman, sophomore year. What was that like for you?
I think with mental health, I have anxiety and OCD, so that makes obviously everything life a little bit harder, but not bad. I think it was just hard because I was so young. I didn't know the resources or how to handle my emotions. It's just with maturity comes learning what your body needs, learning what your mind needs. So I think freshman, sophomore years, whenever I just did not know, I was baby Ashley, did not know how to handle any emotions. And I think that's where Michelle stepped in, was whenever I would cry to her. I would just go up to her office crying before practice, and she would sit in the office with me listening to this freshman cry, and she's like, what is happening? And she would just sit there with me for 20 minutes during our practice, during our warm-up, wouldn't go down and would sit with me and talk to me about how I was feeling, and didn't rush it. We left whenever I was ready. Things like that was really, it was so helpful because it was just showing that someone cared. Yeah. And not that I didn't have people that cared, but it was nice to know that, I don't know, I looked up to her. I wanted her to care, and she did. But I mean, obviously those things that I deal with and have are everyday things, but I think as you mature, you become, like I said, the resources. You can start, you know how to utilize, and you know how your mind works and stuff. So yeah. So
now that you have been through that, do you see yourself helping teammates, helping other people, that you kind of see those same signs in them?
I think it's with that, it's it makes you kind of have a different perspective after you've kind of struggled, or that you do struggle, just kind of remembering that everyone has their own little struggles and big struggles, and that I'm not the only one that's overthinking. I'm not the only one that's feeling anxious. But I think I just have this different type of sympathy for people. Is it sympathy or empathy? Just that, I just really, I don't know, it made me have a different care for people whenever I, went through something hard, or I'm going through something hard. But, yeah.
Good. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
So, beyond Baylor, what are your kinesiology major?
Yeah.
What do you see yourself doing beyond Baylor?
Beyond Baylor, I think my number one goal is I want to coach a Division I team, obviously women's soccer, but I would love to coach a Division I team. I think that is just so cool. Seeing what Michelle does, I'm already in my head, taking mental notes. And I think I've also heard her say it's the same thing since I was freshman. There's no way I can forget it now. It's ingrained in my brain, but a lot of her coaching strategies and techniques that clearly work. So things like that. But I do want to coach soccer. That would be the thing. Or like individually train younger girls. I just love like coaching and like teaching technique and everything like that. But coaching soccer would be fun.
What do you think that path will look like? Like where do you go to start that? Next year. What are you doing this time next year?
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah. Maybe you get on a staff somewhere. Maybe you're a grad assistant. Maybe you're doing individual lessons, coaching, something like that.
All of that,
I'm not trying to.
Yeah. No, that's great.
I'm not trying
to. No,
to.
tell me. Please tell me what to do.
Let's get back together this time next year, and we'll see how that played out. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here at Baylor, and I hope you have a successful end to your playing career here at Baylor. How would you like to see things play out over the course of your senior season on the field?
I think genuinely, I love to win. I think winning is obviously the goal of every soccer game, and but I think at the end of it, I don't want to like dictate my positive last year finale as like, oh, we were Big 12 champs, or we entered the NCAA tournament and beat a few teams. Like I really want to just all those little memories, like the bus rides, the riff offs. They know what that means. Y'all probably know what that means, but
okay, stop.
Wait, do you know what a riff off is?
Riff off?
A riff off.
Rip off?
Riff off. A riff off.
Oh.
Have you seen Pitch Perfect?
No, I've heard of it.
Where you sing, like if I sing a song, you have to take a word from my song, then you start. So we like sing back and forth. It's really.
Forgive me that I don't know that.
You need to learn. You need to watch Pitch Perfect.
I've got 2 daughters. I should know that.
You should know that, yes. Yeah. So like little things like that though, like team dinners, hotels.
Yeah.
Just honestly, the bus rides, all that like fun stuff is just like what I really want to cherish the most. I mean, performance is great, but like no one's gonna remember how many goals I scored or how many.
You were so mature, I'm serious. To realize that now, that's really cool. And the travel together, y'all have had some good trips, haven't you?
Gosh, we've had some trips. We've been traveling a lot recently. Hawaii. We went to Iowa, Mississippi. San Antonio, we just go everywhere. Right. I'm done traveling. But no, like I was saying, like no one's gonna remember any of that. They're gonna remember me as a person and just the funny memories. No one's gonna remember on the field. Like they're just gonna remember all of the like jokes and the little memories of like hotels and all that. So
you're right. Yeah, that's the thing you'll remember forever. All right, question we like to ask everybody on the Sic Em Podcast is, when your time at Baylor is done, senior night, you're celebrated, your time at Baylor is done, you walk across the stage, you get your Baylor degree, how would you like to be remembered by Baylor fans?
I think I would like to be remembered as someone who is like really passionate and just a good leader, I think, because I obviously here, I think for the last 2 years, I've been a really big leader. I'm captain and everything. So I think even from like seeing parents and the girls as well, like I would want people to see me as someone who was passionate, like fire and crazy on the field and ran around in that grit and everything, but then also was passionate and pouring into the girls on the team. So I think that would be what I would want to be remembered as, not just statistics or anything, but really as like, I don't know, just that I was a good person, that I led the team well and like cared about my teammates.
Love it. You're well on your way. Thanks for visiting with us.
Of course.
Good luck finishing out your senior year, and whatever is beyond Baylor, good luck to you. We're gonna get back together in a year from now.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what I'm doing.
See how that's going.
Hopefully I'm doing exactly what you said.
I hope it is for you too. Thanks,
you.
Ashley. Appreciate it.